Hello everyone, it's Gilbert here at Red Dragon Model Works. Today we're going to try to finish up our bus project. With me today we've got Michael Lang, Maker Mike, and Tommy. What we're going to do, we got an echo. Who's echoing? Who's echoing? Anyway, let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the hoodie. We're going to work on the cape part, and then do some little dry brushing, whatever, on certain other pieces for the most part. So right now, let me show you. This is Tommy's. Tommy, move it towards the center of the picture there, bud.
Okay.
So there's Tommy's right there. He's doing a nice job there. Looks pretty good. And then Maker Mike. Oops, sorry. Mike. And here's Maker Mike's right there. He's doing really good. Looks really good.
Except the eyes, haven't redo the eyes, but the rest of the body's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really great. And then we have Mr. Lang, Michael Lang. There's Michael Lang's right there. Now we have another one, if I can pull it up. If you give me a second here real quick. This one here is by Jerry Frey. And he's watching us, I believe, either on Facebook or on one of the two. But the other guys, two other guys, well, three guys aren't going to be here today. But this is Jerry's right there. That's his right there. So he's getting ready to work on the rest of it. His too. Looks pretty good. You guys are all doing really good, man. Great shit, man. So I'm going to be working in oils. I believe Michael Lang and Tommy are going to be working in oils.
Yep.
Maker Mike's going to be working in acrylics. It's the same principle. It's just you got to work a little faster because the acrylics dry a little quicker. Unless you can put a little Floyd in there or a retarder in there to slow it down. But either way, it's basically the same thing. The only difference with the oils is you get more time to maneuver them around, and if you put them thin enough, in 2 days, man, it's dry. So a day or two. I mean, with mine, I'll show you mine. With this girl right here, I a day or so after I had done her, I hit her with a clear coat. So, and that's mine right there. That's how she's looking so far. So today, what we're going to work on is this little piece right here, which is her glove. We're going to work on this right here, which will be quick, and then maybe get some metal work done in here and in the buttons. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys want to do that, we can do that. Now, what you see here is just from the airbrush. So I have on my palette, I got some purple and some Payne's gray. So what I'm going to do is I like the way that those browns are looking in there. And that's just from me airbrushing the whole thing. So I'm going to leave that. Go in with some Payne's gray and some purple in here in the corners. Just give it some shadows. And then up here, I'll go with a lighter. I've got some lighter browns. I got an earth tone, a rust, and then I'll probably grab something a little lighter for right here, the top parts. So here we go. You guys ready? Yep. All right, let me so the first one, let me grab a lighter tone because I'm going to need that, and I don't want to have to start digging for it a little later on. So that's the weathering flesh color. Yeah. I'll go with the leather or wood right here because I'm going to use for the lighter tones. I'll use an ochre. Here, it's out the way. All right. Here we go, guys. You ready? Now, I'm going to start working on these shadows here. Let me get this light in. Let me turn on my overhead light, get a little bit more light. It's too dark in here for the camera. Hopefully that'll pick up a little better. And then let me open this window here, get a little natural light to come in. There we go. All right. So yeah, see those browns. I'm really liking those browns there. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this Payne's Gray. I got this little round cheap meow meow brush.
Is it a real meow meow brush?
Oh, I have no idea, man. This is a no, it's Sable Tech, so it's it says it's Sable. I don't know. I got it at Hobby Lobby, so I'll take that Payne's Gray, and then right here in the corners, I'm just gonna lay it in there, like right in here. Get my dark, the shadows that I want in there. Just like that. And I'm not putting it not too thick. I'm trying to be real easy how I put it in. So we do that. Get that in here. And careful not to get it all over everything else. I'll come in here. Inside the hoodie. Yeah, some of these angles are rough, man. You know, it's hard to get into, but so be careful you don't mess up the work you did on the hair. So I'll have to come in with one of these. And just get inside there. Just to darken that up a little bit. The same thing on the outer edge right here. And again, I'm not using a lot of oil. I mean, you see what I got right here. That's got a little thinner on the brush. So I'm just running it in here like that. And I'll darken those up in a second with some purple. Like here, I got a little green overlay there, so I want to put that in there to cover that green that I ended up putting on there. Again, go a little heavier in the corners. And that's my shadow. You notice I'm not using black. Jerry, how you doing? Hobby Byron, what's going on, brother? Thank you. So now I'm just going to, whatever I have on there, and again, very little. You see that? There's very little in there. It's about the size, not even the size of a pea. You don't need a lot of oil. So I'm just starting to lay it in there. Again, like I said, I wanted those browns to show through, but I want some darker shadow in there. So that's the
Payne's Gray.
That's the Payne's Gray that I'm using, yes. So that's giving me that shadow like right here. And now just start to move it around to blend it in. And every now and then you notice me cleaning the brush off to get whatever I'm pulling off, get it off the brush. Because if you don't and you leave this too thick, it'll take forever to dry, man. Hey, Terry, sorry about that. So you see how let me get this, see if I get that. You see how that shadow's starting to pop in there?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yeah, see, I'm trying to get it the angle where you guys can see that shadow there. So now, once I did that, again, I'm just pulling off and blending it all in. So it doesn't sit there heavy, and it's easier to maneuver around. Now I'll pull a little of this purple, just a very little of it. put my glasses on. Take most of it off the brush, and just in the deeper corners, I'll add that in there. You see what it did there? Darkened it up real nice. It looks like, nice shadow. And I'm working from the deeper part to the shallower part. So the deeper part is got the heavier, and then you just fade it down like that. No, that's okay. That's okay, Mike. Mike said he muted because he's on a phone call. So we'll just pull that like so. And so you see now you're getting that nice shadow in there. Now that's not going to stay that dark. Again, I'll come in with a lighter color. Pull most of it off. Grab some more of this Payne's Gray here and just here on her shoulder. Come up underneath here. Don't forget right here where she has her where that metal loop connects. Don't forget to get that. And again, don't forget to once you do that, take your brush, clean it off, and then you come in and just start fading it. If you add thinner to that right now, it'll take most of it off, so you don't want to do that. Not at this stage, at least. Got a little bit right here that I need to clean up some of that green that's there. Totally Scale Models, how you doing? So I think I'll do the same thing down here on her glove part. There's some brown there. I'm going to go with the browns, but I want that shadow in there. So we'll do that. Maybe add a little bit of that like right in here, whatever's on the brush, just to give her a little shadow to separate the two. And there we have that so far. Bring a little bit of that in here. Whatever's on the brush, I didn't dip it or anything. I'm just using what's on the brush. And darken the shadow in between her cleavage there and up underneath. And that's it. So there we go with that. Now I'll clean my brush off. And now, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let me see. Where's my flesh color set? I need something lighter. Let's see. I'm gonna take a little bit of a real light color like that. Now it all depends on what color you guys are those following or whatever. Are you painting it? Seeing that it's got the browns in there. You see the leathers in there. I want to go on and do the highlights now, and some parts will be lighter than others. So for that, I'm going to mix up a little bit of this is a rust color. So I'm going to add a little bit of that over here. I need a lot of it. And then I'll take my brush, dip it in here a little bit, and just mix up a lighter shade. Dip a little bit of thinner there. Grab that. There we go. want it too light. And then whatever I got over here, I'll use this. Mix that up. All right. Now I'll come in and do some highlights. Get most of that paint off my brush because there was a lot of big glob of clearing. John Paul, how you doing? So I'm going to take the darker shade right here. Again, there's a little, I cleaned the brush off, but there's still thinner on that brush. Take most of it off and just very lightly on the tops here. Am I going too fast, Tommy?
Yeah, that's all right.
No, I'll slow down. I'll slow down. Okay, so we got that. Tell me when you guys got this and you caught up, and I'll move on.
Well, for one, I didn't have my hood painted, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did.
No, so I had to paint the hood.
All right, I'll wait.
No, well, yeah.
No, it's okay. That's okay. Well, while Tommy's doing that, you see what I'm doing now? I'm just blending that in. It's not going to be that light. And that's where these guys also come in. These little makeup sponges I was telling you guys about earlier. That's where these things come in handy. So you just move that oil around. Make sure you blend it in. Like that. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Just like that. Always have a brush that doesn't have any thinner on there, because that's gonna, again, that'll be your brush that you use to do your blending. So let me get a little darker ochre here. Put that right here. That's a couple of shades darker than that. That's almost like a peach color. And that's like a dark brown. How we doing, Tommy? I'm gonna stop right here.
Okay.
Cochran, how you doing, brother? Thomas says he's almost done with his in acrylics. So wow, you're doing yours in oils, right, Tommy? The whole thing. What color did you do it in? Browns or?
I did a brown hood, and then I put some Payne's black, and then a little bit of purple.
All right, let me know when you caught up to where we're doing the edging. It's okay.
Now I needed to go to the highlights.
All right. So you don't have to rush, bro. I got time, you know. How we doing there, Maker? I think he still got his mic off. There you are.
I'm unfortunately just got a call from our brother. He's up in Riverdale trying to fix an AC.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm trying to talk him through that. So I'm listening to y'all, watching, but yeah, I'm not doing much right now.
Sounds good. How about you, Mr. Lang?
Pulling out some shadows.
All right, now these you guys notice I've got this brush here does not have any thinner on there. These three do. So, and I also whenever I'm doing stuff like that, I'll use like an edge brush like that there, a chiseled edge. Helps me get into the corners real nice. You don't have to. You can do it with whatever you got. But if you got a chiseled edge, it'll work something like this. You know, this helps, especially when you're going in here. You know, in the corners there, like right in there. Yeah, see, I really like that look there. So we're gonna go in and stipple a little bit of this lighter color later, and then blend it all in to give it that leathery look. Take most of that off. I just wanted a hint of it on there. See, that's what the heat sticks come in. They're really nice to use, and you still got to get it a little bit more on there, but I want to wait till Tommy is at the point. Are you ready?
I'm still.
No, take your time, bro. Take your time. But while you're doing that, I'm just gonna slowly pull. See how some of that purple's coming off, but it's blending it also. So you just very lightly, don't push down. Just let the weight of the sponge do the work, and it just pulls it real nice. See? It takes off the heavy stuff, and it leaves that shadow in there that I'm looking for. So I don't want to go too fast because I want the guys that will do the same thing at one time. Now the purple. Are you talking about the Jerry? Are you talking about on here, or are you talking about the tube? This is the tube. Let me pull the sticker out so you can see it. I keep this stuff around, man, because it's really good for shadows. I've used it on greens, especially with red. I was telling Michael Lang earlier today that with red, you don't want to use a black for a shadow. You want to use a purple, And this is a really nice color purple. This right here, it's called dioxin purple. This is I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's a Grumbacher dioxin purple. This is the purple right there. That's the Payne's gray. There's the purple there. And then when you look at the hoodie, you see the shadow there? Now that's when I start adding a little bit more browns. I'm going to add more browns here, across here, and that'll blend all. Once I add that in there, I'll take the browns, feather it in, and just start working it back and forth, and that'll And then if I have to go in and touch that up, I will. But that's what it's looking like right there. Black is not a good. It's a great color, but it's not a good color for shadows. Yeah, it blends really nice. Blends really nice, Jerry.
Okay, there's the start of mine.
Okay, hold on. Let me get on you. Let me just move some stuff around here real quick, and I'll put the camera on you.
Gotta do more blending, but
That looks good. All right, you ready to do the top part now?
okay.
All right, so now I went with a lighter there, and all I did was I put it on, and then I blended it, and I took one of these. Whoop, I'm not on. and I took one of these and just feathered it to knock it down. That gives me an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So now what I'll do is I got a small little chisel brush almost, and I'll take some of this brown here, just, you know, and then right here alongside the bottom, I'm going to add that in there. I'll lighten this up again, but see, now that I got that light color in there, you see what's happening?
Mhm.
It's starting to darken it up a little bit. You don't need a lot of this, just a very little. You know, you see, I'll get the brush wet and then I move it around on the side here and just work it over the top of it. The whole thing, the whole, what they would call that ribbing or piping. So it kind of lightens it up there. See that? Because I had the lighter color down, this kind of like tints that lighter color and gives it a real nice glow. And then you'll blend all that in. So now just work the whole piping, just work it all alongside that piping there. Make sure you get both sides of it.
What color do you use for highlighting on the top?
I went with well, what I did, you got, let's see, I used it's like from the Sunny Tone Flesh.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then I added, on top, I added, where is it at? This is the Sunny Tone Flesh here. And then there was some ochre, just a little bit, and I mixed them together.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, the rust. And I just a little dot of it, and I mixed it together. So you got almost a peachy color here.
Yeah.
And then you got the lighter colors, right? The 3 lighter colors here. And then this is an ochre right here.
Right.
So I'm just running that over the top of the hood. I'm careful not to go too far over because I still want that shadow there, but you can always reestablish that if you need to. So we're just running that over all the light spots that I did. And I'm not going into the hood because that's a shadow, so I'm going to leave that shadow alone. So just running it alongside that piping. That's your highlight color. So I'll take my blending brush and just pull down with it. I'm not putting any pressure on the brush. I'm just letting it, the weight of the brush do the work. Now see the top part here where I had that lighter color, you can see it's lighter. I'll even lighten that up just a scotch more. In certain spots, but I just want to get that. You don't want to do the whole piping the same color. You want to have some dark spots like here because it'll look like worn leather. You see what I'm talking about? Like right here. You want some parts lighter, some parts darker. You don't want the whole thing the same color. It'll give it a little uniformity that way. How we doing there, guys? So we're just going to be we're just working on the piping by her hood at the moment. Just like that. See, the beauty of this thing is you can work on this, man, and get it just right. It doesn't have to be perfect at the moment. You can sit it down, come back to it later. You got a lot of time to work with oils. It's a little different, but you got a lot of time to work with them. All right, there we go. There's a little hood part. I'm going to use that same color. It's like an earth tone or a light brown. Whatever color you've painted this, you want to go a lighter shade of it. So for me, that would be this color here. So I'm just going to put a little bit more of that right here. How we doing, Tommy?
Good.
You ready to move on, or are you still working on it?
I'm working on a little piping stuff, but
Okay, no. It's fine. Take your time. Because once we get the piping done, we'll move on to like the folds here. And then we'll move into the highlighting certain parts of it. You know, I don't want to, jump back and forth. I was talking to some people, and I was telling them they were sending me messages through Facebook, and they were like, "Well, how easy it is to work? How easy is it to work with oils?" It's very easy. The thing you got to remember though is you have to have patience. If you put it on too thick, it's gonna take forever to dry. If you do very thin coats like that, like very very thin and watered down. And then you use one of these to tap at it. You pull most of it off. It'll take a day, 2, maybe 3 days, depending on the area that you're in. I'm in the Midwest, so the Chicago area. So in 2 days I can hit this with a clear. As a matter of fact, I can probably tomorrow hit it with a clear if I stay that thin. All right. Now, I'm going to start working while you guys are doing the piping. That same color that I was using here, I'm going to add a little bit of this color to it, which is the sunny flesh tone that we were using out of that Optilong set. I'm going to add it to this to lighten it up a little bit, and that's what I'm going to do with these parts right here. Certain parts right here. But first, I'm going to lay down this. Let me back up. I'm going to mix up a lighter version of this using that sunny flesh tone, and I'm going to lay that down here. Then I'm going to come back and add a darker tone on top of it, and then, I know it sounds backwards, but it works for me. It gives me an idea where everything's at, and then I can go in and start doing all the highlighting. See, I'll take this here, and I'm just dabbing at it to make sure that all the heavy paint is off. You can see it on there. Then I'll come in and do the lightening up of it afterwards. All right, let me grab a little bit of this. Mix up right here. Mix me up a little bit, a lighter version of that earth. And then what I'm going to do is I take most of it off the brush and just almost like a dry brush. add the highlight. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a dry brush. You're very lightly just putting it down. And it gives you that. Now you'll blend all that, but don't go too heavy. Don't push down on the brush. Just let the weight of the brush do the work for you. There, see how that highlight starts to pop out?
Yeah.
And as you're moving it, go, feather it up a little bit so it'll blend real nice. Come up, come down into that purple that we laid in there, and that Payne's gray. Clean your brush off. Do it again. See, like here, I went a little too low, but it looks good the way it looks like leather. At least it does to me. I'll just come up a little bit like that. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take most of it off the brush. Come to the other side, just very gently.
So what color are you using there?
Okay, you're using the same thing I'm using, right? So take this one here, Tommy, where I'm pointing is the Sunny Flesh Tone from the face painting set.
Okay.
All right. Now this is a earth brown. I don't know if you have an earth brown.
I was using the wash brown, but
That's cool. I mean, that's fine. You just what you're gonna do is put the wash brown down a little bit, and then take a little dab of this and mix it together, and make a lighter tone of this.
okay.
Of the darker brown that you're using, and that's what you're going to use for these highlights right here. See that?
Uh-huh.
And then once you mix it up, Tommy, you get it on your brush like this here, and then make sure you pull most of it off on the side here on a little paper towel, and then just very gently on the tops of those folds, just start to lay it in. You don't want to do the whole fold because once you lay it on the top, then you're going to pull it down over both sides. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like that. And I'm not putting any pressure on the brush. I'm just letting the weight of the brush do the work. And that same, you can go a lighter color for the stitching, like there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you take your little, once you start to lay it down there, you just dab at it with your blending brush, the one that doesn't have any thinner on it, and just start to move it around. Just like that. So I'm being very careful not to push down too hard on the brush because then it'll get inside that corner there where I got that Payne's grain, that purple in there, and I don't want that to I don't want to have to go back and do it. I might have to blend a little bit, but that's fine as long as I don't mess up the color I already got in there. Now on our figure here, she has a rip on the right side on the back. You just take the tip of of that brush when you get to that point, and just very gently over. You see the ridges there. You just very gently pick them out. And you'll enhance that little tear there. See it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me know if you guys got that. Now, see, here's the cool part about the oils. I had a little bit of that got underneath here, right where I'm pointing. So with that brush that I have that's dry, that's got nothing on there, I pull up away from the shadow, and it blended it real nice. Doesn't look like I made a boo-boo there. So now, let me know when you got that done, because what you're going to do next is with that brush that you have that's dry, make sure there's no paint on it, no thinner on it, and you're going to take that from the top of where you laid that shadow or that highlight and bring it down very gently to blend in, and then bring it up again. So you want to come down and then up, down and then up. So you're making it all one blend. Now you want to do that on all the high points. And then maybe here on the end. Just like that. I'll move around to the other side. I'll come up from this way. All right. Any questions? You guys okay? We good?
Yeah.
So all I'm doing while these guys are doing the high points, I'm just blending it with a dry, again with my blending brush. This is a number 4 filbert. So I'm just very lightly going in and moving that around. I'll probably have to come in and lighten it up a little bit more, but for now it's fine. So we just like that. You guys still working on the top folds?
There's mine.
Hold on. Let me move over to you real quick. All right, you're a little there you go. Okay. Tommy,
Yeah.
see how you're holding there like that?
Yeah.
Take that brush that you have that's dry,
Uh-huh.
and from this angle that you can't see it. Hold on. From this angle that I'm at here, like this,
Yeah.
slowly move up. Like that.
Okay.
And then once you come up, then you take your brush again and just like this way. So you're gonna blend that shadow into the fold. Oh, I forgot this part right here. And I need to, while you guys are doing that, I need to darken up that little spot there that I messed up. I'll take a little bit of this.
I'm a little thirsty.
Get a Budweiser. What is your beverage of choice today, Tommy?
Let's see. We are drinking Rider's Tears
There you go.
and Budweiser.
A little whiskey.
Yeah, just a touch. How can you paint an Irish girl without drinking Irish whiskey?
There you go. There you go.
And since it's an Irish Mexican, got to drink that Budweiser. So the piece that goes over her shoulder that attaches to the metal,
Uh-huh.
is that a different color?
No, it should be the same color. It's close.
Bustier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it should be whatever the hood is. I'm sorry, whatever the hood is, this should be. If you're going red with, I mean, it's one piece. It's like a cloak, you know.
Okay. So it's part of the hood. I
Yes.
wasn't sure if it was separate from the hood.
No, it's part of the hood.
Okay. I gotta do some more painting. I can do that later. Okay.
All right, there we go. So there's her cloak. Now I'll come in. Let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll come in with another highlight. There's Josh. Josh says, "What up, everyone? Sorry, not quite home yet. Heading that way soon. We'll be here." How you doing there, Michael?
Slowly but surely.
I think Maker's still on the phone. How you doing there, Tommy?
Yeah.
You got time to paint those side parts if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. Do it while it's fresh in your cabeza, man. You know? While you're doing that, I'm going to show these guys something I just finished. I finished this guy for my mama, the Cowardly Lion.
Oh yeah.
Put
So-
him up. Put him up.
Put him up. So I finished him. I got to put a brown wash on him still, but he's for the most part done other than a wash. And then I started working on, and it's not all together. So where's he at? The Tin Man. This is that Vallejo metal colors, the aluminum. He went on too real shiny, but once you hit it with a clear coat, boom, it knocks it down to where I want it. This is going to have a lot of oil work on it to dirty him up. But yeah, here's there he is right there. His arms are over here. Yesterday I was doing the axe handle, and all that is Stynylrez and transparent burnt umber ink over it. I put a washed out. I mix it with I mix that stuff with Vallejo glazing fluid. This stuff right here, the glazing medium. Now you can make your own glazing medium. I like this stuff here, so and that's what went down. And then with a small little brush, added some streaking in there to give it that wood look. So yeah, I got that one, and I got the Scarecrow, and then I'll do all three bases, and then he goes to my mama's house. Let's see. How's it coming along there for you, Tommy?
All right, just adding the brown and
Yeah, see, what's cool about it, you add the brown and take one of these, and you tap one of these makeup brushes, a sponge. You tap
Yeah.
at it, get most of it off. And then when you put your highlight over it, it'll blend a little nicely, you know.
If I only had a brain.
Now, while you guys are doing that, I'm still trying to debate. I was gonna go with a gold on here, you know, the scroll work. I don't know. For me, I don't know.
I don't know.
I might just go like with that light color here that I have here, a light, and dry brush it on here. That's probably what I'll end up doing, is like a light color like this, and then dry brush it. But there is metal work. Like here, you have the little rings here. That'll be metal. There's buttons. They're coming down. Those will be like a copper or gold. So while you're doing that, Tommy, I'm going to pick out her stitching.
Okay.
So for that, I'm going to use that lighter color. This one right here again. This is the what I'm using for that is the Sunny Flesh Tone. And I'm just going to take a little bit, just a little bit of this right here. Move that over here. Clean my brush off. Steal some of this. Make a lighter version of what I was using for everything else. Put a little thinner in that. Just to thin it up a little bit. A little bit more thinner. There we go. That's good. So I'm blending, mixing real good. Clean my brush off. Pull some of this. Work it into the bristles. And very carefully. All I want is the tops of them. There we go. Yes, using the very tip, the side of my brush, and just picking that out. So I just picked out those little parts, and I'll come down like right here and do the same thing. Just like that. Just like that. I'm going to use that same color right here. Just to pick out a little bit of highlight right in the front there. Move it over. Come to the other side. Oh, shit. See, that's what happens, see? A little bit too much. My hand slipped.
Working on the head.
Okay. Awesome. A lot of people on?
So that's how we'll do that.
Now there's 4 of us.
Okay.
So we're just gonna
Dress short?
add that in there like so.
You might be watching on YouTube. I don't know.
All right. We'll be back
We'll
after
see you in 3 hours.
the movie, yeah.
All right. Wife is off to go see Maverick with our daughter. She saw it with me last week. We should go see it again.
Now, I added a lighter color just on the tops here, and then with my dry blending brush, just go in there and blend it. And I don't know. To me, it gives it a more of a natural look. You don't have those hard lines in there, you know. And then I'll come in later and darken that up just a little bit with a smoke, you know. I think it needs something a little darker in like down in here, you know. But I'll do that with a smoke color. And just trying to highlight the very tips now. I don't want to do the whole thing, just certain spots here, like here where the sun would be hitting her, where she's got some light hitting her there. Jerry's asking, "Did you like the movie, Tommy? My wife is dragging me to see it." His wife is dragging him to see it tonight. He says,
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really did. I had gone to a Top Gun party the day before and watched Top Gun, so it clicked right in. It was nice. You don't need to have seen Top Gun, but it was good watching. It was fun. I love aircraft.
"Well, that's what people go to see it for, is for the planes and stuff, you know." I would imagine, right?
Yeah. Some of the girls go for the.
For the beef.
Yep.
So now I'm just working that highlight while these guys are doing that. It's the same highlight I've been working on for a while, so I'm just trying to let them catch up. So all right, now where are you guys at right now?
I'm working on this brown on the shoulder.
Do you use that flesh tone for the highlights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I see, this sunny flesh tone right here?
Yeah.
Now watch what I was doing. I took a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Very little, and just you take a little dot of it and just put a little dot, a couple of dots right on the top part.
Yep.
And then you take the brush that you were using to blend with.
Yeah.
And just move it around, and you get that highlight right at the top there.
Right.
They give you that little light right there where it's hitting. Just like that. Give it that little oomph there, you know. Come right up in here, right by her. Right in this spot right there. Don't be afraid to use your finger too to blend, man. That helps out a lot. So we just work that here, right here on the corner there, right on the tip there. Just blend that all in, and now you got your highlight. And then the same thing, the same color there, Michael, right here. Just not a lot of it, just very little. Like, see what I'm doing there?
Yeah.
Just very little of it, and then I'll take that, and then I'm going to feather it up this way, away from her face there, away from that corner, and that just gives me that little highlight right there. Will come like so. I might take Thorne to go see it. He likes them airplanes and stuff, you know. So he's with his dad right now in Indiana. So maybe when he gets home, we'll take him. I saw it on a, you know, on a box, and it was a pretty shitty copy. So I really didn't enjoy it. Maybe I'll see it, go look at it in the movies and get a better experience, you know.
Well, it's loud as hell in the movies.
Did you go to an IMAX and see it?
Yep.
Yeah. See, a movie like that, you gotta watch it in an IMAX, get the full experience, you know.
Yeah, you got those engines and all.
I remember when Fury Road, the Mad Max movie came out. I told my wife, I got to go see it because I'm a big Mad Max fan, right? So we go to the IMAX, and they had these chairs that rumble, you know.
Yeah.
The whole movie, man, that chair was just rocking back and forth. My wife got sick. She literally got seasick, man, from that chair moving so much, you know. I thought it was pretty cool because it felt like you were in the damn car, you know. Every time the engine would rev up, the chair would shake, you know.
Yeah, the chairs were in. They moved with the.
I think that's pretty cool, man. gives you a little a better experience. It makes you feel like, you know, you're part of the movie, I guess, you know. So, for those watching, all I'm doing here is while Tommy catches up and the rest of the guys are doing their folds here, I'm just using that Sunny Flesh now, just in certain areas, just to give me a highlight. I don't want to do the whole thing. You know, I don't want to go over everything I've already done. I'm just picking out little areas where I want light. It looks like light's hitting it. So, like here, you see, right there. So I won't bring, you know, most, like here, I'll put a little bit. You notice I'm using whatever's on the brush and just going in and just adding a little highlight here and there. That's all I'm doing. I like this brush, but it's too stiff for what I'm needing. Where's my other one at? If you guys haven't noticed, I'm a messy painter, man. I'm all over the place with my shit here. I'll use 10, 15 fucking brushes. Yeah, that's the one I'm. This is my favorite right here. It's an old Hobby Lobby, cheap Hobby Lobby. What is it? Artist Loft Vienna. But I like the point on it. It's real soft, so you get real nice blends with this thing. It cost me a couple bucks at Hobby Lobby. Now, I'll just add a little highlight right here. And now, I'll grab a little bit of this and mix it into here because I'm gonna. I'm waiting for. How we doing, Tommy? You cool?
Yeah. To look like that.
Hold on. Nice. Now, Tommy. Now, what we were doing with the highlight, that this one here in that flesh color set,
Yeah.
the Sunny Flesh tone, put a little bit on there on your plate or whatever you're using, and then just very carefully, bro. You don't want it all over everything, but take a little bit. And then just put a little bit on the very tips, and then blend it in certain spots to give it that highlight like this. You know, you give it. See that here?
Yeah.
You take a little bit of it and just put a little bit like that, and then take your blending brush, whatever brush you're using to blend, and just very gently, and it'll give it in certain spots. You want to highlight on the high points, but on certain parts of the high points. While you're doing that, I'm going to pick out like here on her leather, the stitching.
You still using the Sunny Flesh for the stitching?
Yep.
Yep.
The same color. So you see how that look? See how it picks it out? I don't know if you can see that. You see how
Yeah.
And it's just on the tip. Oh, hold on. I took the Sunny Flesh and some of that brown, that earth that I was using.
Oh yeah.
and I mixed. See, this is what I'm using right here. This color right here.
Okay.
I mixed it a little bit, which is a little dirtier than 100%
Right.
honey flesh, but that's what I'm using. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm being very careful not to get into the bustier part of it, you know. Just getting the tops of those stitching. And then I got a little bit over on this side, so I'll just blend it out. And there she goes. Now you see the difference? There's the sunny flesh with a little bit of that earth in it, and
Yeah.
then this side it hasn't been done. So it just enhances everything, you know.
Yep.
And again, I take my brush and I'll just work it into the brush, and then as I pull away, so I don't have too much on the brush, so you don't end up with a big glob of it, you know. And again, I'm not pushing down on the brush. I'm just letting the weight of the brush do the work. We'll just pick that out, give it a little highlight there. Enhances everything because this has got a lot of detail on it. You know what? I think I'm going to use that same color for her scroll work for me. And then some highlights on the edges of her, because I didn't highlight the edges of her bustier yet, you know. And there it is. How we doing there, Tommy?
All right.
And I'm gonna put it down for a second till you guys catch up. So this is where that little flesh tone with a little bit, or that sunny flesh tone with a little bit of earth brown in there, gave me that almost like that off. It's like almost like a light ochre color, and it pulled out the stitching real nice there. Well, yeah, Tommy, let me see, man. Let me see.
Let you see.
Let me see, man. Let me see. I can't see what you're doing.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing the stitching. Okay, okay. Just on the very top, Tommy. Very, very gently. Very gently.
I think it doesn't focus.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So nice. I like that. I like it. Picasso. So now, wow. What color were you guys thinking? I know Maker was thinking about doing because he painted the bottom half a metal color. What color? You guys went all leather with the bottom half of Verbustier, right? Michael, what color did you paint the bottom half of Verbustier? Is it that same leathery color?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same with me.
All right. So that color that we're using, you can mix a little brown into that and light and darken it up just a scotch like this here. And if you want to keep it at leather look, we can dry brush that over the scroll, or you can go with a metal. I think I'm gonna go with the all leather, like that's embossed leather.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna go with, and I'm gonna dry brush that over the top of it.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to use for that is I got a filbert brush right here, and that's what I'm going to use just to gently dry brush over the top of that.
Right.
All right, let's see. Jerry, let's see. Jerry Frey just sent me a picture of his. Oh, that looks good, man. He stippled that in there really nice. Got that real nice green here. I'll show you in a second. This is hold on, Jerry. I'm gonna show the guys here. Let me go to this, bam, that way. And then let me pull up those pictures, Jerry. Jerry, he did a nice job on this, man. This looks really good. He's got that real nice stippling. Let me get share screen, Chrome tab, Facebook, share. There it is. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That looks really good.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
He's got that one, and then he's got here's the other one right here. I really like that. I like what he did there.
That's like camo.
Yeah, it looks really nice, don't it?
Yeah.
Good job, Jerry. Jerry's a pretty good painter. I've seen some of his work. It's really good. I like that camel kind of look that he's got on there. That looks really good. See, that's what when once we get the bottom half of this done, we're going to go back to the hood. Remember I told you we were going to go in there and just stipple a little bit of that light color on there and just use your brush to blend it all in. That's what the look you're going to get when we're done with it. All right, while you guys are doing that, we're going to go with that same color of that stitching and on her hood because I like the way that stitching looks. So I'm going to use that same color and then go over her stitching on the back here. Now I'm going to show you guys the cool thing about oils is if you make a boo-boo, and I just made 2 of them, but you can blend that in so it doesn't, you don't see that mistake. But while I'm on a roll here, let me finish the stitching because once you start moving, you're like, I don't want to stop. I'll screw it up. So I'm going to come in, finish all her stitching. Thing right there. Got her stitching. And I'm going to use the same color, like right in here, where those two halves meet. I'm just going to put a little bit in here, just like that, and then blend that down. So it emphasizes that little split there, right there. All right, now I got that side. Let me go on this side because I didn't do this side yet. I'll bring that. So I'm doing on this side what I did on the other side and just adding a highlight. And I'm going to use this shit. I got some on there. Use the sponge and just want to tap it, and it gives me that little stippling there at the top there. Just like that. Take this. Make sure I blend it in. So again, there's my highlights there. They're not too overpowering, but they work right in there. I'm gonna take just a little bit. If you notice I got a little tape on my Payne's Gray. It's because they make these damn caps that are just shit, And this one broke. I went to open it and it broke off on me. So I'll take a little bit of that Payne's Gray again. Come on. Tape that back down. I don't need that drying out on me. I got too much on there, but clean my brush off. All right, where you guys at?
Playing. Having fun.
All right, let me know when you're ready to add to heighten the shadow back up because
I did the stippling on the front. Let's see, there I am. I did the stippling on the front, and I did the stippling on the back.
Okay. Hold on, let me put it on you there, Tommy. Hold on. Nice.
Doesn't really show up barely, I guess, huh?
What are you talking about on her?
Yeah, just the highlights of the stippling, the threads.
It doesn't
shows up real bright on mine, but
yeah, it's just the lighting.
Yeah, and then the front.
It's the way the camera's picking it up,
Yeah. Okay.
Because once you take a picture of it and you show it, you'll be able to see it real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm just going over it. As you move it around, you know the spots that you missed, you know. All right. All right, so what I'm gonna do is with that same color, this color right here, I'm gonna mix up. I'll grab this right here, this whatever I have left, and then mix it into here. So I'm gonna make a darker tone. You see what I got there? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on me. I'm on Tommy. So I took the sunny flesh tone. I mixed whatever's left in it. This is what I got right here.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little darker than this. So that's what I'm going to do for the dry brush, her scroll work. So I'm going to put a little bit on my brush here. Make sure I get it all in there. And then I'm just going to, I got the brush flat. I just very carefully go over the high points with it.
Okay, but underneath is already your color, right? Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All you're doing is you're highlighting the scroll board.
Oh, okay.
You're using that to see how it's bringing it out there.
Yeah.
Now, if it's too dark, you can go lighter. You can go darker. It's all a matter of preference. Up to you now. So again, I'm coming in with the brush sideways, and I'm using the side of the brush, not the tip of the brush. And don't worry if you get a little bit over, you can always clean that off. As long as you've already sealed what's underneath it, you can always blend it in. So see, that gives me her look there. That's the first color. Then I'll come in with another lighter color in certain spots to pick out details. But I'll do that after when you guys are ready. So all I'm doing is, again, the side of the brush. I'm coming in, pulling some of this paint, making sure I don't get on the rest of her. Just all I want is the tops of that scroll work. Just like that. And you take your dry brush, the brush that you're using to blend with, and just very gently go over the top of it. Smooth it all down. Like that. There you go. There's that. There's her scroll work. If you got any that went over, you just take the brush, a dry brush that doesn't have anything on it, and just blend it in so you don't see the oopsies, because we all make them. I just did. So there it is. There's her scroll work. Her base. Now we're gonna go in and do other a little wider, but for now, let me know when you guys caught up.
Well, I'll have to wait to do my scroll work because I just painted the brown. So
Yeah, Hillbilly, there's a lot of detail on this. I mean,
yeah,
if you look at her top here, there's really nice mesh detail in there, scroll work, ribbon work. Yeah, there's a lot of detail on this figure or this bust. Quite a lot.
so she's got the basic all down now. Now it's just highlighting and
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, highlight it.
well, yeah. I mean, try to figure out another color.
Well, you're talking about the bottom part of her bustier, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, but I'm trying to see if I got like a metal color in oil.
Now, I'm going to take this little piece of glove that's right here. So I'm going to use some of this brown right here that I had mixed up. I'm going to put a little thinner into it so I can reconstitute it because it's real thin and it starts to dry up. So I want to mix it real good. Take it off my brush. And I'm going to use that just to highlight the edge of her glove. And then I'll pull that down like that. Give it that leathery look to it. And I'll do the same right here at the bottom. Take my blender. There's her glove.
Ta-da.
Take that same color and just right here on the top of her bustier. I don't want a lot of color. I just want a little bit of. I'm stippling in a little bit there. Just to add a little bit of flavor to that. So what do you guys got planned for the rest of the day?
Nothing. Working on my backyard.
Yeah, I got my Juan came and worked on mine. Like, dude.
Oh, that didn't turn out too bad.
Yeah, did my bushes up in the front, trimmed them down real nice. Man, we've been getting nothing but rain here, man. There's fucking them things are growing like weeds, man.
I watched a documentary today on YouTube from the 97 floods in Grand Forks.
Uh-huh.
Holy fuck.
Crazy.
54.11 inch.
Wow. Hey, whatever happened last year? Was it last year that that one town in Canada burned up?
No, that was a couple of years ago. I mean, well, it was a couple of years ago, I think, with the forest fires in BC, and basically they couldn't stop the fire.
Yeah,
They ripped through town.
the whole town burned up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's because they didn't sweep their forests.
Oh, they got to sweep the forest. That's right. Go out there and rake the forest.
Yep. Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello. Jerry says he's watching movies. You know, I might go upstairs and watch a movie with Mama. We'll see. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna kind of like that. So I'm gonna put a dot of it here.
Tommy, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Did I get out?
Yeah, you guys went on a glitching and disappeared.
I can hear you. It says I'm in the show.
Yeah, you're there. You're
Oh.
there. All right. You still working on the scroll work? 'Cause now I'll take some of that sunny flesh, just a very little of it, and I'm gonna go over some highlights on it, like here, here.
I think I'm gonna invest me in some better paintbrushes.
Broken Toad.
So, oh yeah,
Well, that's what I'm using.
yeah.
That's what I'm using.
I wish they'd start manufacturing their figures again, because there's 3 figures that I want in there.
Yeah, they had some nice figures.
Yeah, especially that Spartan on the horseback. Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then they got the warrior girl with elk horns, and
Yep.
oh well, maybe one of these days.
All right, now with that sunny flash, I'm just picking out certain areas where I want a highlight.
Right.
Whoops, I'm not in camera. It would help if you're in camera, Gilbert. So now there's the bottom half of her bustier there. I'll just take where's my blending, but very gently. I'll just blend that in. I mean, it's almost like a feather touch that I'm using. That's how light of a pressure I'm putting on that brush when I'm feathering it in. And there she is.
Dun 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 dun.
There's the if I can get it. There's the bottom part of her leather there. So I'll wait till you guys catch up, because then we'll move on. You guys got metal paint? Any kind of acrylic metal paint?
Yeah, but I can just mix something.
Because we're gonna do her buttons and her earring. So with all that brown, I'm gonna go with something that pops, like a gold brass. I don't want a brass. I want something that'll stand out. I'm gonna go with a little bit of gold. So let me know when you're ready. Hillbilly George says, "Hope guys have a great weekend. I'm about to clean my case. Try not to break my models, but I will still be here. Be careful, don't break them, brother."
No breaky.
Now you notice I put a little Payne's Gray there. We're gonna go back to that in a second. And some of that purple. I'm gonna mix the two together, but we're not doing that right at the moment. Let me get a brush so it doesn't have any thinner on it.
What do I got here? I have old bronze.
That'll work. That'll work. Okay, here we go. That'll work. This brush right here. All right, now I'm going to go in and pick out their buttons with the acrylic, and also this part right here, that circle part.
Yeah.
Hold on. Jerry sent another photo. Let me take a look. Here, let me show you, Jerry. See, he sent me another photo. Let me pull it up here real quick. All right, there's his right there. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like his leather work too. That came
Yeah,
out.
that sleeve looks really good.
Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, here's another one of his leather work on that. Let me share it. Now, for those watching, Jerry Freight is following along with us. I mean, he's a good painter himself, but he's been following along with us. There's his leather work on her.
Dang. I like that piping color, the contrast.
Yeah, the almost magenta color.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Gives it a kind of like a royal look to it, you know.
Yeah, where the inside lining has got it, and
It gives it that royal look to it, you know. All right, ready? Here we go. We're gonna do the metalwork. Now this shouldn't be too bad. Let me get this out of the way so I don't put my hands in it.
gunmetal, silver, steel. I'm gonna go steel.
So there's the little buttons there, little gold there. I should have went with like little rubies on there. That would have been cool. So there's the buttons.
Mr. Buttons, Mr. Buttons.
Now I'll get her earring. There's your earring. And now I think I'm going to go with a different color gold for those round pieces. Let me get a different color here. I think we're going to go with a bronze, almost a copperish color with those. Yeah. This one here is called Full Grade Copper from Citadel. So I think that's what I'm going to use. So I'll pull a little bit of this off, put it over here, mix it up. I don't know. That might be too brown. We'll see. Yeah, that looks a little bit too brown. The copper does. It gets lost in everything, you know. Hey, Joshua,
What's going on, guys?
just get home.
Yeah, I just got home. Gotta live the dad life, you know.
Hey,
Yay.
you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Because when they get older, then you miss them. Then you're like, shit.
And we're, he's home now, so he's in there having video game heaven.
There you go. So
Let's turn this up a little bit. There we go.
I gotta be careful. There we go. All right, we got an echo. That you, Josh?
I hope not. Here,
Hello, hello, hello. No, it's gone.
you back?
No, it's gone.
Good. Okay.
And then I'll take that same color and just dry brush the top of this. And it's like so.
Yeah, it's crazy all the detail on this figure or bust, huh?
There's a lot of detail on this thing. But you know what? Once you start painting and it starts pulling it out, it's just, you start noticing more on it that you didn't notice before, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Now there's her metal work. Now I'll take some silver and I'm going to highlight that. So let me clean this off right here so I don't get my hand in it. Let me get some silver. Stronghold silver. And I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of that to give it a little shine, you know. Make sure my brush is clean. I'm on you. Mix that shit up. You're welcome, Jerry. We were just showing Jerry Freyd's his I'm sure he'll post them on Syndicate. Beautiful work. All right.
Oh
now-
yeah. He's been knocking it out the park for sure.
Yep. Now I'll take a little of that silver and just on a highlight right there. Just to see how it brings that out. Take a little bit of that just in the corner here. And then work it this way a little bit. And it gets a nice shine to that.
Alrighty.
And I'll do the same for the tips of these. You know what? What the fuck is wrong with this paint, man? There we go. There at the very top. Bless you. Give it a little shine there. Where the light's hitting it. The same thing here. Here. A little bit in there. And there's her. I gotta go over this. I touched it, pulled it right off. Damn it. All right, get those out of the way. Let's go back to this. So what'd you do today, Josh, with the boy?
I had to pick my brother up, and then earlier today, and then my son had a birthday party he was supposed to go to.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Doing the little boy thing. You know, he's got to go see his peeps, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's just one of those things, you know.
Yeah, well, dad's got to do the dad stuff, man.
Yeah. Like I said, it's, you know, part of life.
Yep. All right. So now I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to. This is the mixture I made with which I need to make a little bit more, because I used most of it up. There's a little earth.
Wind and fire.
Get a little bit of that earth there. Wind and fire. Grab the rest of the sunny flesh. Mix that in. I'll come over here. Whatever I had left on here, use that up a little bit. Take it off my brush. Now, you ready for this? Are you guys? You done? Do you want me to wait until you finish doing the metal work?
No, go ahead for me.
Go ahead.
I'm all over the place.
All right, now I'm going to take most of it off my brush, that mixture that I made, that earth and that sunny flesh, and just tap. So what we're doing is we're adding texture now. in certain spots. You don't want to go too heavy with that, though. All right, I got to get under the light here, but I can't see worth the shit. So I'm just tapping and I'm going randomly. I'll take my blending brush and just tap at it and just move it around in little circles. So all I'm doing is I'm adding a texture to it. You see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Just tap it. And then you take your blending brush and just smooth it down very gently. It gives you that see how you got that texture there?
Yeah.
Now you don't want to bring that all the way. You want to keep your shadows. You just want to put that right on these high points right here at the edge. Yeah, just a very little. That's all you need right there. Because you're gonna take your Payne's gray again. Clean my brush off. Take a little bit of that Payne's gray again. And just make sure most of it's off the brush. And just very gently darken up certain areas of it. Just the very deep parts of it. See that? I'll take my blending brush. Where is it? And I'll work that way. There. Same thing in here. Take a little bit of that Payne's gray and that purple. Mix them together. That's that. I'm using that Payne's, a little bit of Payne's gray and purple mixed in together. And just add just a little bit. blend it into the stippling that I just did. Just pull it into that stippling like that. It creates a really nice shadow there. And there she is right there.
Dang.
Yep. Andale pendejo, I missed a cup two. I missed two damn buttons on her.
On our bustier?
Yep, on the sides. I missed
Yeah.
them. I just noticed them. I'm like, damn it, how did I miss those?
You got the 2 on one side and 1 on the other.
There's 3 altogether.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, no, yeah, you're right. There's 4 on the other side, dumbass. I didn't even see the last one.
So you use the sunny with the dark, with the woody
The Earth, yeah.
earth, yeah. You make it real light.
It depends. How dark do you want to go with it? You're talking about when I did the stippling.
Yeah.
I took oh shit. Give me a second. Let me put this away. This is the color I used right here.
Right. Okay.
So basically, what I did is I took whatever I had left of that, and I put a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And then darkened it up like right here,
Right.
like a real light, almost light brown.
Chocolate brown.
Yeah, like a light chocolate brown, and just stipple it, and just with a brush that has no thinner on it, and then you work it, because then you're gonna take your purple and your Payne's green, mix it, and you're gonna that shadow, you're gonna bring it up, and you're gonna, it's gonna work itself into it like this.
Right.
You're gonna work it once you like here where I got the stippling here and here. Then I put that in there, and I just worked it back that way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then what it does is that it just brings everything together. So now I'm just touching up some of this the stitching that I touched, and I removed the paint off of. So, okay, I'm just touching this up a little bit. Oh, let me get back in the camera lens here. Yeah, I went a little lighter on her stitching. Here we go. Much better. All righty, we're almost done, guys. Then so I'm just what I'm doing right now is I'm just going over refining certain spots that I think needs a little bit more color. I'm not adding more color. I'm just going over stuff that I had already done. You know, add a highlight here, a highlight there. So the rest is all what's pleasing to your eye, you know.
Right.
How we doing, Tommy?
Well, all right. Just playing like usual.
All right. So I'm going to put her on her base for right now. So I'm not handling her. And while you guys are doing that, well, you know what? I should go in with a little. Let me get some clean thinner. Because on her green, I'm going to go in on her sleeve and maybe a little bit on her chest. I'm going to use that Payne's gray and that purple, just a scotch of it, you know. Clean that brush off. Get a clean part of my paper towel here. All right. Now, I'm going to take that color that I've been using here, and just add a little bit into her sleeve for a shadow. Not a lot, just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Let me hold it by the base here. Don't fall, woman.
Us old guys got to take a break.
That's all right.
What?
Take a break. What do you mean take a break?
I wouldn't know what's old.
Yeah, exactly, Josh. You wouldn't know.
You'll get there one day, Josh.
Maybe.
Now you keep saying that kind of stuff like that to old people.
Hey, Tommy, you're the only one I got to worry about. You're close enough to drive.
Yeah.
But with gas prices, I'm pretty safe.
Yeah, but I only got to get within 1,000 yards of you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh. 1,000 yards, eh?
I just want to scare them.
I'll just shoot back. That's not going to scare me.
You got to find them.
Well,
How we doing, guys? How we doing, guys? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
yeah. What the hell was that?
Sorry about that, guys, because my brother's timing is always terrible.
That's all right, bro. That's all right.
No
Did
problem.
you get them all
That's
straight?
what I was able to do during. I got the
Let me
dark
get-
blade from the back.
Hold on. Let me get it on you. Let me get it on you.
Haven't gotten any actual highlights on it yet.
Nice.
But I'm going with the light gray cloak and the dark gray top. And then I
Cool.
went with some tan on the inside, so it's like lined.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like I said, that's what I was doing earlier.
Nice.
I like the hair.
Hey,
So now I'm taking that purple Payne's gray mix that I made up. It's more Payne's gray than purple. So I took a little bit of that, and I'm putting that in here, like in the folds. Oh shit! Put it in screen, yo. like here in the folds of the green. Just very gently adding a shadow with it. It's going to accentuate the green that's already in there, but it gives it a darker hue to it. I'll put that right here in the center here, right where the so I separate the two halves right there. Take a little bit of it right here. Now I'll end up feathering it out with a brush again. So all I'm doing is I'm creating a shadow with it, a very fine line shadow.
What have I got here?
All right, now I'll just go ahead and start blending it.
Tap, tap, blend, blend. Tap,
Yep.
tap.
Tap, tap, blend, blend. See, you wouldn't think that it would work, but I'll show you that it does work. Plus, it gives it that depth, that color depth. See that? Right there?
Yeah.
Let's give you that. Now, with the red, especially like what you got there, Michael, purple will, that purple will really nice in there, give it a nice shadow,
Yeah.
Now she's got some stitching, but I won't work on her stitching until the rest of this is dry because I'm going to go with a real light green. Almost. As a matter of fact, hold on, I can do it now. Because I went with the real light green, I'm using that yellow green. That's what their highlights are, is a yellow green. So I'm going to take some of that because I need to get her stitching around her collar. So I'll take a little bit of that yellow green. And then I'll take a little bit of that sunny flash and I'll lighten it up a little bit more. And that's going to give me a little bit that I need. So I'll take this brush right here. It would have been nice if you'd have cleaned it, dumbass.
Excuse me.
It's the plumber. Hillbilly George says he's back. All right, now I'll take this real light, almost a yellow green, like a mint green.
Tommy, it's too early for that.
Too early.
He says it's never too early for that, right, Tommy?
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
Well, it's not 12 o'clock here.
It's 10 a.m. somewhere. Okay, however you want to say it. It's already tomorrow in most places.
So you're going with the Johnny Depp drinking hours.
No, I'm going with Guam time, where America starts its day.
Or where Dominic sends packages to.
Yeah, that too. It's 8:30 in the morning in Guam tomorrow. So
See, it's early, Tommy. You got 3 hours.
I'll just make it a Bloody Mary, and then it's fine.
There you go.
There you go. That's awesome.
But you also know that Mexicans drink beer, have breakfast with beer.
And they put hot sauce in it.
Yeah. Taheen.
Hey, has anybody heard from Andres?
Nah, he I got a text from him about a week ago. He just saying he's busy and yeah, he'd try and make it out in the hangout one of these days. Then he ghosted me. I'll send him another text.
And so what I'm doing right now is I'm just picking out the on her clothes here, the stitching.
Yeah, so now now things are settling down here in my house, and I think we got my wife straight with being retired. I'll have to make it out there
Yeah, cool.
so we can at least go to Brookhurst Hobbies and Coast.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Hopefully, Wes can join us. It's a longer drive for him though. He's about an hour and a half from me. I'm like 45 minutes from you.
Yeah, better.
But during the week shouldn't be too bad.
When just a note, anytime the 8th or after is the best time for me.
The 8th? Okay.
Yeah, or a day or two after. That's when I get my money.
Well, Wednesdays and Thursdays work best for me.
All right.
So June 8th is a Wednesday. Okay. I gotta see. I gotta have a meeting with my new PA. It's not going so good. My wife is my wife is my new personal assistant, and let's just say things didn't go so good yesterday. I already have a request into HR, but
You're upset with the new office manager?
yeah, whatever.
The office manager is the dog, right, Tommy?
He's the employee of the month every month.
See? Office management material.
He's security. Hey, and he lost 5 pounds, man. Shoot, he's a trim 109.5.
You put him on a diet?
No. Put it this way, I can't tell that he lost 5 pounds.
He said the vet told him he lost 5 pounds. Tommy was like, "Where?"
Yeah. Well, the vet's comment was, well, he's having no problem eating. No. That's not a problem. Yeah, he's going to be 11 in July.
See, now I'm just using that lime green straight to get some highlight
Yeah, do those highlights. Yeah.
just on the tops. Just like that, see, right there. And then right here.
Yeah, now I'm hoping Monday she can sit down. We'll figure out what the heck she's going to help me with. And
Oh, God.
and I'll just tell her, can you clear up Thursday?
All right. I'll take this. Sorry, I was just listening to you guys, man.
Oh,
No, that's all right. That's all right, man. I'm just going over. stuff.
I'm watching you do the highlights because I have to go back later and just watch it and do mine. But
Yeah, I'm just going over some of the highlights.
yeah, see, but that's the best thing too. Is like just like I did last week. I went back to what had been recorded, and I found where I had stopped, and then just went from there.
Yeah.
And so I was caught up for today.
See, I just went in and highlighted
Yeah.
like here, and then if you get a little over, you just take your blending brush and look, took it right off, right there, the little piece that went over.
But normally when you do a class, if you don't take notes or you get left behind, you're just have to try and figure it out.
Yeah,
But here you can go back to the video.
yeah. Go back to the video and watch it. So there she is. I mean, I don't know how much more. Let me do a little bit here. So I have that to stand out a little bit.
Oh, when you put that UV glue, did you do the whole eye or just the eyeball?
Just the eyeball.
Okay, I got to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, you just want to get the eyeball. That's it.
Okay.
Now, you see, I'm just roughly adding that in, and then I'll blend that all in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, this being my first time working with oils, man, it sure is a lot easier to blend than acrylics.
No, it really is.
Well, yeah, because all I've worked with is acrylics, and it's like, wow.
It's got its ups and its downs. I mean, the downside is that it takes a little long. It takes longer to dry, but the upside of it is, dude, look. I mean, you can just take it and blend like I'm doing here. Like I'm doing here.
Or you make a mistake and you just wipe it out and
Yeah.
blend. I mean, mine's a comedy of errors.
And see, I just added some more highlights here, and then if I think like some spots I think are too bright, I'll just dab at it with this and pull the paint right off. See, it's still there, but
Yeah.
it's muting it down a little bit, And there it is. Yeah. See, you got more highlights on there. Sci-Fi Model Shop says the dog is always the branch manager.
Oh, mine's security, head of security.
So yeah, there. I don't know how much more. I mean, what do you guys need? You guys any questions?
Nah.
No, I still got it. I'm gonna let it dry out, and then I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
just let it.
like thread work and stuff like that.
All right, let me. So this is. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, but I don't think there's much more I can do with mine. There. Let me get the light on there. But there she is. There. I'll do a little bit more work down here on the bottom, her belly part, but that's just more stippling with different shades of red and rust,
Yeah.
But yeah, there she is. There's the back. I like the way that came out, and I like the different tones in there. Look at it. You see the different tones in there.
Yeah.
Now the lights are real harsh. You don't see the real nice transitions in there, but you can get a good idea of what it looks like. Right there. See it?
Yeah.
Right there. You got some nice shadowing there. Now I was telling the guys, if you're gonna do makeup, there's a trick to that. Like what I did here, you want to put the makeup on this corner and on that corner and bring it in this way, because you want to.
Oh, you put it on the ends and bring it to the center.
Yeah, because you saw it was lighter in the center there.
Yeah.
So it's darker on the edges. You take it there and you bring it up this way. Take it there, bring it that way. Now that's got some blue and a hint of purple in it. The purple was right in here.
Yeah.
Right in there. And then then I bring that purple that way. And then there's whatever was left on the brush. I went over here and I went this way with it after I laid the green down. But that green is the same green I used on her just now. This one right here.
Mhm.
It's the yellow green. But there she is.
You baby.
See, I'm looking at her and I just noticed I had a little spot of green on her hair right here. And
See, what I'll do is I'll take mine to my daughter and I'll ask, okay, what kind of eyeshadow should she have? Seriously.
well, with the green
My
eyes,
mom will look at it and go, this color.
yeah, the green eyes, you want something to accentuate the green.
Yeah.
And that's what I did because mine's got green eyes. So I went with a smoky look. You know, she's got that smoky look there. So the first thing I did was, you know, I took some this stuff. Oh shit, what the hell's the name of it? Starship Filter. Just
Yeah.
a little bit, and I put it on it, and it gave it a smoky look. On top of the Starship Filter went the green and the purple.
Well, I want mine to have that innocent look, but she'll kill you.
But she'll kill you. Huh?
Yeah. She looks like so sweet and innocent as the arrow goes through your heart.
And then you have to remember she's a redhead.
Well, that's besides the point.
All right. So, thank you, Jeff. So, what did you guys think? You guys out there, let me put it so we can see everybody's face here. So, for you guys that were watching, I'd like to do more of these. I don't know. The boys were talking about maybe doing another one, maybe a different genre. You know, I don't know.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I like it.
I hope for those watching that it was instructive. You know, that you got something out of it, guys. It's not fucking hard, man. You know, and again, I know I'm going to catch shit over this, but because usually that's what happens, and you know they'll come out of the woodwork, and, you know. But yes, you need to have a little bit of skill as far as, you know, your color theory, you know. But all it is patience, man. Now you can do the same thing with acrylics. I'm moving more now. I airbrush, of course, acrylics and urethanes and lacquers, but I'm moving more and more with my fingers towards oils because for me they're easier to blend. Yeah, it takes a little while for it to dry, but if you don't lay the oil down too thick, this will be dry. I will be able to put a clear on everything I just did by tomorrow evening. As long as it's not dry, and the way you test to see if it's not dry, you take one of these little wedges, makeup wedges, and just tap on it. And whatever is still heavy, this will pull it off. You don't want to press down on it. You just tap, you know, and it'll pull off the excess oils off of there. And boom. Thomas, how do you send pictures? You got me on Facebook, don't you, Thomas? If not, I can send you you're on Facebook. Hold on, Thomas. I want to see. Yeah, because he says, how do I send it? Let's see. Thomas Cochran. I just sent you a message, Thomas, on Facebook, and I put on there to drop me a couple of them. So I'd like to show you guys. Look, when we're done, I'm going to have a little collage once these guys are satisfied with what they did, and then show you guys, you know, how these guys, you know, look. There's Tommy's right there, look, right there. You know, I mean,
This is my first time painting with oils.
yeah. And he's done a fantastic job. You know, I mean, beautiful work. You know, that's Tommy's. You have let's see, there's Michael Lang's. Great work. You know, she looks. You know what? That's that Canada in you, man. She got that indigenous. I'll fuck you up look, man.
Yeah, she does. She's got
Yeah,
yeah.
But you know what? That looks really good, Tom.
a-
Or Michael. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Thomas.
yeah.
Let's
My
see.
hood.
Maker, where you at, brother?
I'm behind you guys because of my brother, but I'm starting to get the highlights on the arm there. It's not going to show very well.
Right.
What else?
You got it. If you got it, I mean, we can stick around. You got any questions, man? I'll be more than happy to help. How about you, Josh? And there's Joshua's. Now I'm going to tell you something, Josh. Now don't take this the wrong way. That is light years better than what some of the stuff I've ever seen you do.
Oh yeah. I agree.
You're getting your skin tones down really nice, man. Looks
Like,
good.
I was working on the leather look.
Uh-huh.
Kind of put like a dry brush over it and then did brown over the top of it, so
Uh-huh.
it has a texture look.
Nice.
It looks good. And
Yeah, it does look good. I like it.
so
And she looks like if you say the wrong word, she's gonna go off.
What? See that? I try. Okay, let's see. Let's see if Thomas sent me a couple. Yeah, there's Thomas's. Okay, let me show you his, guys. This is Thomas Cochran. He was following along with us also. So let me switch. Oh, wrong camera, dumbass. Share screen. That's Thomas Cochran's. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the skin tones are really nice. Yeah,
Blue eye.
yeah.
I like the bottom, the leather. That's
Yep, he did a nice job on that.
I like the purple in his.
Oh
in
shit!
the-
Here's another one. Yeah, here's another one. He's got the
yeah,
purple.
I like the purple in the that's and in the call. Oh, that's a great idea on the inside of the hood. He went a different color.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There's his stippling there.
Oh, look at that. Jeez.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Nice job, Thomas.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not gonna do mine purple now.
But yeah, I mean, this is easy to do, guys. I always look. We do this because we like to do it. We like to share how we paint. I'm going to say this again because I know I'm going to catch shit of this. I'm not. If you're looking for a studio painter, that's not me. You know, I do what's pleasing to my eye. Sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it doesn't. You know, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of this skin tone stuff. You know, so I think what we want to do with the guys here, we'll all get together and we'll. Thomas Cochran says, "Thanks, guys. I'm thinking about using ink on the blonde hair." Yeah, you know, yeah. I've used ink on hair before. It works really good. You know what helps though, Thomas, is when you're using the ink. I found, you know, some people cut it with isopropyl alcohol. Some people a matte medium would work, like a Liquitex matte medium. Water, I don't like it because it breaks it up, and you'll see the clumps of the ink. What I found that works fucking great, and I'm sure you can make your own homemade stuff. But this stuff right here is glazing medium. I love this stuff. I cut my ink with this. I love it. I love it. Shoots through an airbrush beautifully. You get a nice, you know, even texture with it. Because I will go back later on some of her bustier and some of the back with ink, but that's just airbrushed it very fine with a Sotar. I think. I don't know yet. I'll have to take a look at it. I like the way she looks now. I don't want to mess with her. This is going to go to somebody. I'm not keeping it. So I've already got a home for this. So she's going to be, once she's dry and sealed up and I finish the base off, which is probably, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna show you guys how to do that base, but if I have a video on here in my archive where I take like a dryer sheet or I like to use the wipies, the booty wipes, because they got better fiber than the dryer sheet. You rinse it off, get all the perfume and shit off of it, let it dry, and then slowly pull it apart and you use that to make marble. Been doing that for I don't know where I saw it. I saw it years ago, 6-7 years ago maybe. I think it was a guy in Spain that I saw do it. And now, I've been doing it ever since, and I love it. And then once you lay that down, like say if you want black marble, black veined marble, you paint it all white. You lay that down, you shoot airbrush over the top, you get the black veins, or any color you want. And then you can go in with a little gold with a fine tip, and a liner, and put some gold streaking through it. Looks really good. Yeah, the glaze, Thomas. I'm telling you, the glazing medium, it's beautiful because you glaze it on there really nice, and it cuts the ink really really nice. It makes it really nice to blend with, with the glazing medium. It makes it a lot easier than like with the water. The water and the isopropyl tend to break it apart. You could use Liquitex matte medium to cut it with cut it with a little water, make your mixture 50-50 or 25-75. But you know what? And I've got a couple of jars of it. But once I picked this up, it was Moggy's Miniatures. Moggy showed me about this years ago, and I haven't looked back. I got like 12 bottles of this stuff. I love it, man. The stuff is great. I use it for just about I cut all my acrylics with it, either that or Flow-Aid. But I cut all my acrylics with it. All that stuff is great. Hold on, Maker. Let's see. Maker sent me a photo. Is that yours, Maker?
Yeah. Send me a better picture of the arm because it's so hard to do it on this camera.
Okay, let me
get so washed out. So I take a picture.
This is Maker's here. He's got the arm there.
I was just using the what is this yellow ochre to bring out the highlights on the sleeve a little bit.
Yeah, that looks good. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a lot more defined in that photo than it is in the eye.
Well, you got to remember, too, yours is about half the size of the one we're doing. It's a lot smaller than the one we're doing. So it's a little bit more difficult to get in there. But, yeah, that looks good, man. I like it. Picasso.
Hey, so does that Flow-Aid work kind of like that 20, 30, whatever Createx has, that additive? Does it work like that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Flow-Aid, it helps the tension of the paint, of the acrylic paint.
Yeah.
You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I got a big bottle of it. I've had this bottle.
Yeah, I have some here, but yeah, I'm just wondering. Like,
I've had the bottle of Flow-Aid that I've had. Well, it's right there. Actually, it's a bottle about that.
40-30, I guess it is.
Yeah, the 40-30. That's it. Yeah, you could use that, or you could use the Liquitex Flow-Aid. I got the Flow-Aid. I got the slow dry. Like in the summertime when it gets real hot here, I've got the dehumidifiers over here, and I got another one in the other room. I'll turn those on in here to suck the air, the moisture out of the air. But even then, if we get up to 90, man, I mean, it's still a little humid, because the garage is right there, so they're opening and closing the garage door. That's the only time I use the slow dry. The only time I use it is in like July, August, September, right around then. But for the most part, I'm using Flow-Aid or glazing medium. This stuff right here. You can use water, but I find the glazing medium when you're painting a figure, it takes a little longer to dry. You hit it with a blow dryer, but it just goes on nicely, man. It's like putting hot butter on a tortilla, man. It just goes on real nice, I did. So let's see. Thomas Cochran says, I really like to scale this bust without the cost and shelf space of a full figure. Yeah, you know what? I like it. We're going to be doing some more. I mean, we'll talk to Mike, see what he's got, see what these guys want to do. But yeah, maybe we'll do I don't know, another one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we'll do another one, and we'll try to get it to where everybody's using the same shit. you know. So if you're going to use acrylics for part of it, we'll use acrylics for part of it. We'll use oils for the other part of it, because you can mix them both, guys. You know, it's just, you know, there's just a way to do it, so you don't want to screw up whatever, you know. Totally scale models. I like you have all worked on the same bust with Gil explaining what to do. Is such a great way to learn, dude. That's, you know what? That's the only way you pass on this stuff, man. You know, we've talked to a lot of guys that Josh, I know you with all the car guys, when you talk to the car guys and stuff, a lot of guys are intimidated by doing a bust or a figure. A lot of guys are.
Well, and that came from a conversation many months ago.
Yeah. Let's
do the same figure.
Yeah, that's how this happened. We were in a hangout, guys. We were all in a hangout. And we were just talking. Tommy says, "Hey, man, why don't we all just do the same thing?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Let's all get the same figure or whatever and do it." And then it snowballed from there, you know. Stan, he was we were talking, and Stan showed us this bust. And then I got to talk to Mike. I said, "Mike, can you print this for us?" You know, and he says, "Yeah, sure." So we got Mike to print them up, you know, and yeah. So yeah, he's got some really cool stuff coming up. So we'll take a look and see what he's got. For this kind of work, though, I want to do at least 2 or 3 busts and then work onto a bigger figure.
Yeah.
I didn't use too many brushes.
Dude, you know what? You don't want to know how many brushes.
I just finished cleaning them all. I'm sitting there cleaning them.
Dude, I literally in front of me got 3, 6. I got 9 brushes. Now I didn't use all 9 of them.
These are all the ones I used, but
yeah, but I'll end up using a shitload of brushes because one brush in general stays dry all the time.
yeah, that's what I was trying to keep.
Yeah, that's the one I use to blend everything. Is the one brush stays
Yeah,
dry.
these two I try and keep dry. They're
Yeah.
little filler, whatever.
Because
The one brush to rule them all.
yeah, but see that's the trick of this stuff, man. I mean, you can thin your paint. I usually dip my brushes in and then I do this, you know, but they're still thinner on that brush. So when you start moving around, you're thinning your paint. But when you go to blend, you don't want thinner on that brush when you're blending, because you're just smearing everything you just did.
Yeah, it just runs.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to have a brush that's dry, that's got nothing on it, that didn't touch any thinner, and that's the brush that you use to feather everything. And the other trick is you don't put pressure down on your brush, guys. Just let the brush do the work, you know. Just the weight of the brush. So
And that's what I'm learning as well. Is sometimes you're using such lightweight, you have to do several passes before you actually start to see anything.
yes,
Or,
yes.
you know, you're doing it too hard and you leave a yellow line. It's like, well, that was too hard.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you just move it back and forth, and then you'll start seeing it moving, you know, and then you get that real nice transition between colors, you know. You don't have a harsh line there or nothing. You get that real nice transition, you know. So, but anyway, we're done for today, guys. So,
All right.
all the people that have been watching, man, thank you. We're gonna probably do the base. You know, if you guys want to watch us do the base, we can do that, you know. So I'm gonna give my girl here a couple of days to dry, and then I'm gonna shoot her with a clear. Now for the eyes, I was telling Tommy what I use for the eyes is this. I use UV glue. You know, put the UV glue in there, hit it with the blue light, boom. That's what I use to get the glossiness. I do that sometimes on the lips, sometimes it depending on how glossy I want the lips. But you can use whatever. But I like the UV glue because once you put it on there, it hardens up in there. Now, if you have to go back and you got a mistake around the eye, and you got to clean that up, sometimes with aqua gloss or with any other kind of like water-based acrylic, you can smear it, you can smudge it. You know, if there's for whatever reason, if you got any thinner shit on your paintbrush and you go to clean it, you get that thinner on the eye with Vallejo or aqua gloss, you'll pull that clear off. You know, this stuff I haven't had that problem with, so that's why I use it. You know, because once I do the eyes, I don't want to fuck with it no more, man. You know, because I'm already like this half cockeyed from doing the eye. You know, but but you know, and the eyes aren't hard to do. It's very easy the way I showed you guys how to do it. Now I do for the female figures. I always paint the inside black because I want that eyeliner. You know. Then I go in with the white. Then I do the rest. That's the way I do it. You can do it the other way. If you got a steady hand to do the eyeliner, then do it the other way. Me, my hands aren't steady anymore. I'm getting old, man. My hands shake. So I got to use every trick in the book, man, so I don't screw it up. But
The one thing I gotta say is the oils versus acrylic is I was always getting oil on my hands, and I have to be careful about touching other things. But this stuff is outstanding.
hold on. Is that just
That's that door hand cleaner.
the hand cleaner?
Yeah, for painters. Yeah,
Where'd you
And
get it? At Coast?
I got it at Coast, and it takes off acrylic, oil, enamel. It takes off all of them. But you just, it's just like any other. You just put a little bit on, and rinse your hands, and wipe it down with a paper towel, and you're good to go.
Yeah, see, I'm old. I just fucking with it.
Yeah, and so I keep that on my desk just because I don't
And
like.
And then I got the ashy hands from the thinner,
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to end the broadcast now.
All right.
We've been on for almost. It's going on 3 hours.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank
I
you so
don't
much.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys watching. If it helped you, go back and watch it. Just watch it from the first one. There's 9 hours of this. Well, they're what 2.5, 3 hours each episode.
Yeah.
So there's 9 hours of us going through this. You don't have to watch all 9 hours. You can get little bits and pieces on how to do it. But we went through from primer to what you see now. 9 hours worth. So.
And I'll be going back because I got to finish mine still.
So thank you guys for watching out there, man. I appreciate you guys on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, man. Thank you all for watching. We'll do this again. I'll talk to these guys and see how they want to do it. We'll figure out what we're going to paint next. I think you guys okay with doing another bust or two, and before we move on to a bigger figure.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll do another bust or two just so we can get skin tones down pat, and all that stuff, and then we'll move on to something else. You guys have a great one. Thanks for watching, man. You guys have a great Saturday, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.